Like you're all missing out. See, what happens is, the kind of seats which have been given to a minor alliance partner are also very critical. See, normally what happens is the senior partner looks at the seats which are of no consequence and just palms it off to satisfy the number game of the junior partner, whereas these are anyway the losing seats.
So this doesn't apply to Tamil Nadu.
Let me tell you why I'm saying this. If you look at the characters of seats which have been given to the Congress, I mean, these are not the seats, frankly, which were really the seats which could have been won. They were all, most of them were certainly Anna DMK dominated seats. One more. You talked about the Z factor. I mean, this is one state where the population of women is more than the men.
Right.
So certainly there's an X factor.
No, and the fact and the kind of policies that she went in with, you know, the kind of manifesto which was prepared. On this very program last night, we had some political economists who were trying to suggest that the manifesto which was worked out by the DMK was perhaps better than the manifesto which was worked out by the AIADMK.
You know, and one more factor we've been debating, I've been hearing this, you know, the corruption being a non-issue and all that. See, when does corruption become a non-issue? When the alternative or the choice is nothing to distinguish between.
Just to add to that,
DMK, they are facing, you have Raja, you have Kanimozhi, you know, they are all facing serious corruption charges.
And so is the case.
So that is the reason. That is the reason why corruption did not become the issue for a choice.
So I want to know. The other way to look at this is that, again, in the context of Tamil Nadu, the number of seats which the opposition has now, in comparison to the number of seats that the AIADMK group has got, it's 132 to 100. Now, in the last 15 to 20 years, this kind of situation has never existed, where the opposition in Tamil Nadu has also had a fair say. Do you believe that by that logic, Khushbu ji could perhaps be given this benefit of doubt that, okay, maybe something is worked out in favor of the party that you chose to go with?
I mean, I find this strange. You see, in politics, there are no consolation prize for the runner-up. It's winner takes all. The fact is, Jayalalitha has been elected for the second time. She's going to be the ruler and the others are going to be the opposition. That's it. Whether they are 101, 105 or whatever, there is a larger presence of opposition. What difference does it make?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, in the context,
I don't agree with that. There is a vigorous opposition in the state.
Let me explain this. Just 1 minute. You see, let's look at this in the context of Congress. I'm talking about in the context of what she's talking. You know, in the Lok Sabha, they had led in one segment of with Tamil Nadu. They've now got 10 segments because they were in alliance. In Lok Sabha, they were not in alliance.
Right.
As rightly said, 41 seats were never justified for a party which just led in one single assembly assent. So they have had a bloody good, I would say,
well, the Congress's vote share in the Lok Sabha election was roughly 4.3%.
Is it of real consequence in the terms of Tamil Nadu politics? I am very doubtful.
It is the consequence only insofar as if they can get one Rajya Sabha seat as a bargain for this.
10, with 10?
Yeah, you need basically on June 19th, there will be 6 vacancies. So after that, because of 98 seats, you're going to have a problem. Because it's 33, you need 33 seats.
98 mein they can win 3.
No, you need one more person. 99, right?
Can I? Let's get in Khushbu. Khushbu, I mean, you know, Sudhanshu making a point that this approach, this response that you're giving is that let me be satisfied and let me look for a silver lining with a consolation prize. Is this really a consolation prize for you? Is that how Congress party leaders are looking at it today?
Vote
has come to the BJP.
No, which vote has come to the BJP? You know, that all Hindu vote. No, and what was the preference of the Hindu voters this time? Didn't you see LDF members going to the temples this time to attract voters? I mean, this time they played the Hindu card so blatantly, so I was very happy.
But the left has traditionally,
you know, they still doesn't explain why you're saying that the Muslim votes went to the LDF. I'm not asking you.
No, the numbers alone, the Hindu vote.
Explain what has happened.
Go ahead.
Okay, you explain, then I'll get
see, there is a national context also. You have to understand.
Yes.
Congress, the vote of Congress, which was declining, has also gone to the BJP in a big way, apart from our own consolidation. See, just imagine from 10% in Lok Sabha, we've gone to 15%. It's a huge
jump.
And 50%. And 15, 5%, yeah, 50% jump. So what happens is, the jump has been for 2 reasons. A, there is certainly a Hindu consolidation because of the, you know, RSS has such a long history. And we've faced persecution, all kind of persecution from everybody, including the left, which has been a brutal persecution. Yet, we've held on to our ground.
Has the BJP's growth helped the LDF is a limited question, RK. Is that how we should be looking at these numbers?
Exactly. LDF has lost vote share in this election.
That's what suggests down 2%.
Yeah, but because there has been a consolidation, just the numbers, Hindus form 55% of the population with Iravas
23%.
taking 23 and Nayars 14. Muslims 27, Christians 18, SC 10 and ST 1. Now this is the number. Now there has definitely been a minority consolidation. Christians, Muslims and SCs in favor of the LDF, seeing that C.K. Janu, who is a very influential figure in Kerala, and a few others going with SNDP's people going with the BJP. So there was a genuine fear, and I believe it is only because of that fear factor that LDF has gone
Can I just go beyond the numbers? You know, sometimes numbers only reveal one half of the story. The other half of the story
what you're saying is that the 30% of the Hindu votes, approximately 30% of the Hindu votes came to the BJP.
Came to the BJP, and that happened. Why? Why did that happen? That happened because of the nature of the campaigner, John.
But not 30%.
The national
we are
perspective.
if we are saying that 55% of Kerala is Hindu and the BJP got 15%.
So that makes it 30%.
It is less.
30% of the
quarter. Well, it's about.
See, here is a national context you have to look. What happens is BJP is not only viewed in the context of Kerala there. It is viewed in the context of the national polity we have been having. So this national polity had a deep impact. Now, certainly when you are in power in the center, the Hindu consolidation and the Hindu strength to fight the oppression becomes higher.
It's very bad news for the Congress.
It's
very bad news for the Congress in Kerala.
Fair enough.
Because then, you see, then the space for the Congress gets suddenly limited. Its traditional vote banks are crossing over to left. And I don't know where the Congress would go.
This is what I don't understand. Where is the evidence that the Muslim votes went to?
Because otherwise it makes no sense. LDF then cannot.
No. Why doesn't it make sense? If your Hindu voters, more Hindu voters from the UDF left to vote for the BJP.
They're drawing Hindu voters from LDF. The Nayars, the Nayars, the Edavas, they are
not united. You know, the Hindu voters have never been united.
Let me just go beyond.
It's not a monolithic vote.
Can I just go beyond these numbers? And
I mean, this is not Uttar Pradesh. This is not Uttar Pradesh.
Can I just go back to the X, Y, and Z factors which we put up? The simple point is this: that Mr. Chandy was finding the going tough for various reasons. One of the principal reasons was that ever since he went in for this policy of total prohibition, many thought that maybe the alcohol lobby, the liquor lobby in Kerala was working against him. Would you agree with me when I was to say that somewhere along the line, that decision of Mr. Chandy to go in for prohibition, which by the way was also supported by the other groups, perhaps was not a well thought through decision which was taken by him?
Well, it depends. That's Mr. Chandy's own explanation, and the Kerala Congress's explanation is the liquor lobby conspired to defeat us.
Exactly.
But you can't on the one hand say prohibition cost Mr. Chandy the election in Kerala and say prohibition won the election for Jayalalitha in Tamil Nadu. So, I mean, there are pluses and minuses.
It depends on, who's the leader and what kind of a card support
these are excuses made after the event.
Is that just an excuse? Because unlike a Jayalalitha, Mr. Chandy did. I'm not sure whether Mr. Chandy had the support of his own party unit. I mean, look at the number of factions which exist today in the Kerala Congress unit. So maybe there is a story there.
That's always
Congress has won elections with factions. It has lost elections.
Factions are equal in all circumstances.
So you all don't believe, Shopon, even for a moment, that the alcohol lobby, the liquor lobby in any way was responsible.
That might have been a drinking lobby.
We believe that the liquor lobby.
But you're supposed to have got women support as a result of that.
And bad governance.
So that should have cancelled it out. No?
The corruption and the bad governance are the two key factors of the disillusionment of people in Kerala with the Congress government.
What about the...
Add to that a bit of Hindu consolidation and the BJP and
No, there is one more reason. The LDF and UDF are now almost the same, irrecognizable from one another. Because you see Pinarayi Vijayan, he comes in the choicest of cars that you and I cannot afford, and he is supposed to be a left leader. Now, Achyutanandan still today walks and we probably will take a bus. But unfortunately, the larger image of the LDF, where Pinarayi is the CM candidate, shows us that both the UDF and the Congress are and the LDF are in the same boat. And people who want change, there is only one change. The BJP is the only change. I mean, there are a lot of factors, and I would also say the CK Janu joining. Going away from the LDF, more than joining BJP, going away from the LDF, and the way that Gauri Amma was treated, one of the senior most leaders of the Communist Party of India Marxist, who has actually participated in so many struggles and has got injured in so many struggles, after that being mistreated, merely because she wanted her seat.
Can I just hold on? Can I just play some reactions? You know, because the outgoing Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Oomen Chandy, he spoke to CNN News 18, and so did the man who could be the next Chief Minister. In fact, both the candidates for Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan as well as V.S. Achyutanandan. Let's just listen in to these reactions.
Unexpected verdict, but we accept, because in a democratic system, the decision of the people is the final. So we are accepting the verdict of the Kerala people. We expect a better result for the UDF. The last 5 years, we did everything, and we kept all the promises.
I thank the people of Kerala for this verdict. There was horse trading between BJP and Congress. Clearly, Vellapalli netizens' ploy to tie up with BJP has failed.
Okay, so those.
You know, I saw this film called Sleeping with the Enemy. Now, this is a classical case.
Classic case of that.
Classical case. Here, you have Congress being accused of understanding with the BJP, and then the same group goes to West Bengal and fights together.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of things, all kinds of theories can be put forward by politicians.
It's so weird, it's so
all
strange.
kinds of theories can be put forward by politicians.
So somebody, we must analyze who lost in the bargain.
No, but can I go beyond what Sudhanshu is saying? Who's going to be the Chief Minister? Is that debate settled? You know, because Mr. Mitra.
One thing, Mr. Mitra, congratulations. As a victor, you deserve that.
Very much,
but I thought there is some humility which is also required. But that apart, all these states you have named just now, do you realize how many Lok Sabha seats they have there? Only 186. So, sir, I think either you get your mathematics right or you get your strategy right. Both seem to be flawed. Thirdly, sir, there is no vacancy right now.
Okay, let him respond. Now you raise a point. You say that it's a wrong strategy on this day when you won this, when you got this mandate. Let's listen.
You know, when Mr. Mittal, with all humility, when you talk of mathematics or you talk about statistics and you talk about projecting numbers to regression analysis, all of us know that in Bengal, what all of you said, and the one media house alone was almost like the opposition with the three parties. It is clear that arithmetic or mathematics doesn't work in politics. You and I know that.
Chemistry. It's only chemistry.
I am only talking about the states you mentioned.
It's only chemistry which works.
Your entire theory gets exploded because there are 186 seats in the so-called combination you want to create. So that's what I'm saying. You have to go beyond what you're saying.
I have said 2019, when the parliament elections happen, when the current numbers have no relevance, new chemistry, new matrix, new processes emerge. Now, who could have said to you in 2014 that you were able to create a new chemistry and therefore you swept in the polls? But that chemistry has been frittered away. So, the same way, new processes will come. Don't forget, BJP had only 2 seats at one point in parliament.
Can I just bring in the Congress as well? Hold on. Can I just bring in the Congress on this point as well, Mr. Mitra? And let me just...
He said Congress has slipped into irrelevance. This is what he said.
Right.
And then you have Mr. Keswan saying, yes, we will support anybody. So he's conceding that we have slipped into the irrelevance. So somebody else has to lead and we'll support.
Why are we getting it wrong, Veer?
This has been the traditional position of the Congress party for 50 years. What Mr. Kesavan is saying, every Congress spokesman will say for 50 years has said. The Congress's position is that secularism is the enemy. We must all come together. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's a absolute change.
Who is leading it? They are conceding we are not willing to lead it. We let somebody lead and we'll support. I have no issue with that.
Communalism is the enemy. All of us must come together to fight communalism. There's also position B, which which is that when we come together, we must be the leaders. If we are not the leaders, we won't join you, but we'll support you from outside.
That's
always been the position.
Gentlemen, my second big newsmaker is joining me as well. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley joining us live and exclusive. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Jaitley.
In Assam, we did have a 15-year incumbency.
Without realizing that we just held 5 seats.
Right.
From 5, we've gone up to 65.
So you've grown.
Secondly, I must give credit to Ram for what has happened in Assam. Because if one person is responsible for stitching all those alliances, it's Ram.
So Ram Madhav, man of the match for Assam.
Ram
Madhav is man of the match for Assam. Okay,
I mean, he made the crucial difference.
He made the crucial difference. So well done, Ram Madhav. Enjoy your victory. Quite nothing like enjoying a good electoral victory. And thanks for joining us, to you and Dr. Tharoor, on our special program. Always great to have key newsmakers. But the one point I think which really comes out very, very clearly right through this day today is the Congress's refusal, at least on-camera refusal, to figure out what is that one factor which is really upsetting the decision-making apparatus of the Congress party. If the Congress really looks at itself as a national party, if it doesn't want to go down the road, to quote Arun Jaitley, to go down the route of being a third front, then I think the time has seriously come for the Congress party to look at its central leadership goals. Take a break, return with lots more on the other side of the break.